I have always tried to find some type of path to follow. The feedback I've always gotten at work when I was in a corporate environment was that I have issues navigating ambiguity. I like always need to be told what the rules are. And it's not that I'm going to follow them. I just need to know what you think I'm going to do. And then I'm going to do what I'm going to do anyway. I really be needing rules. And I feel whack that I do, but it's the truth.
That is so funny. You feel whack. I feel whack that I need structure, yo, but I need structure.
It is what it, I just have, in my big age, I've learned to accept it.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know how to become a film writer, but I knew basketball stars and I knew rap stars. Kobe, something he always used to talk about is like hitting those 1,000 free throws, doing your drills and shit like that. So when I first was getting into sketch, I was like, what are my free throws? How can I be shooting, do my 1,000 free throws a day?
I love that.
For me, it turned into, I would write 4 sketches a day. And which is a crazy thing to have to do, especially in my beginning time, because I was slow and I didn't have a process to get it done fast. But it made it to where I could write them super quickly if I needed to, which helped me get my job on Black Lady. I like last minute wrote a different sketch because I was going to turn in 2 old sketches, but I like last minute was like, no, I want to get this job. So I wrote something new in like the last hour. But because I had done all that shit, I was able to do this. I have metrics like that I've been building with learning it. With Black Lady, it was how many sketches I could get through to the table read. Well, on Black Lady, you write multiple sketches a week and we do a table read of them. And then those are picked to go to the main table read where like everybody reads them. You have the actual cast read them. And I wanted to get 1 sketch on. I was like, shit, I'm like new in this industry. I was sleeping on a fucking air mattress like a year ago. I'm writing on HBO. If I get 1 sketch on this bitch, like, so that's all I really wanted. But I obviously got way more. I got like 7 sketches on. So that's how I
love it.
I ended knowing that I did good. But
Congrats.
It was about getting them through. And then also I would try to write down anytime someone like said something because it's so far and few in between. You got to take those compliments when you can get them.
I love that you created your own metrics because I think it's something that is super important that we don't recognize we need when we get into a very ambiguous career like creative writing and screenwriting. Like I think that that's one of the things that I struggled with the most when I started was just the lack of structure overall in terms of like, how do I structure my day? What am I trying to achieve today? Even when I made my first web series, I remember I decided that I had made 1 web series at first. It was called Funny Girl and it was not funny and I totally scrapped it. And then I realized from that one that I had tried to do too much, like I wanted to do like 10 episodes and all this other stuff. And then I was like, for my next web series, these are the metrics. It's like 5-minute episodes. Because I think the first Funny Girl episode was like 20. It was insane. It was like 20 minutes. It was like ridiculous. It's a whole pilot. I was like, if I can do 4 episodes, I wrote 6. If I do 4 and put them out, then I did it, So that was like the beginning, I feel, of me starting to like measure based off of like what is achievable for me and what will make me feel like I did something, basically, which is what it sounds like you did on Black Lady. Creating metrics is really important. And I'm glad that you figured that out because I think that's something that I learned. I did it at first with my web series, but then like, I didn't understand how important that practice was going to be later on. So now it's something that I have every year. Like every year I'm like, if I did this, then that's a win. Just having some sort of metric. It's not about like things that are out of my control. It's about what's in my control that I can do, that I can measure to know that I'm moving forward.
Something else that you touched on with your metrics was also like putting constraints on yourself, which is something I'm like very passionate about. I'm like putting the constraints of 5 minutes on you. Because other than that, especially when nobody's asking us to make this stuff, we're like swimming in a sea of like infinite possibilities. Like what we do could be anything. But when you start putting constraints on stuff, you are able to really be creative within those and figure out like what you can do that's set towards a certain path that you put yourself in. I feel like Killing Your Darlings is like that and constraints. Those are like the 2 biggest important things that I've been learning recently with trying to write on my own.